Personal story segment tonight, as we mentioned in the Talking Points memo, Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill was treated a bit harshly by some in yesterday's town hall meeting about health care.
Tug at our heartstrings and tell us it's for the children.
I want to see our government involved in health care, period. Okay.
Well, how are you going to vote yes on this bill? You work for us.
I'm so disappointed. Honestly, I am.
All right, joining us now from St. Louis is Senator McCaskill. What do you think is driving the anger here, Senator?
Well, there's cynicism about Washington, distrust in the government. There has been tough times in this country, and there have been some big, bold things done in Washington, and people are not really sure about all of the plans, the TARP, the stimulus, the omnibus, and it's all kind of rolled up into some frustration right now, and that's that anger you see spilling over. I understand it. It's important I listen to it, and I think we got to be respectful. I wish they would be more polite. I don't think being loud makes you right, and I don't think rude is particularly persuasive. But at the end of the day, it's my job to listen, and I'm honored to have this job. All
right. Now, did you think that there were organized people in there, people who came just to disrupt, or was it a legitimate display of anger?
I think that it's been a mistake for anyone to say that this has been a manufactured effort on the part of many of these folks that are shouting out. This is real. It's grassroots. Now, they're organizing. But that's what we do in America. People do it on the left and people do it on the right. Most of the people in the middle, frankly, don't. And that's where I'm trying to stay focused. Missouri is a state that's split 50-50, and I think we need to try to bring those two fringes to the middle and find some compromise and reform health insurance.
Well, compromise is always good, and I think we do need a reform in the healthcare industry. But it is chaotic right now, and part of it's the president's fault because he has not been able to articulate in a number of press conferences and expositions what this is all about. Are you disappointed in the way the president has presented his vision of health care?
Well, I think the problem is, Bill, that there has been an effort to let these bills grow organically in Congress, and there's a reason they compare lawmaking to sausage making. You have a lot of opinions, a lot of pushing and pulling. I think as time goes on, one bill will emerge in the House and one bill will emerge in the Senate, and there'll be a lot of debate and discussion.
All right,
and I think that's where you're going to see a lot of it coming together.
You know, I'm okay intellectually. I graduated from Harvard. I don't know what he's talking about.
I won't hold that against you.
I know. And listen, I'm with you on that, okay? I don't know what he's talking about. I listened, and it's my job to do this. I still don't know what he's talking about. Now, my colleague, Neil Cavuto, on his program today, held up the latest House bill, more than 1,000 pages. Have you read that, Senator?
I've read the Senate bill that's come out of the Senate committee, because we won't be voting on the House bill.
Okay.
So I want to get prepared.
With all due respect,
I've read 615 pages of the Senate bill.
How long? How many pages?
615 pages.
Okay, but that's my point.
In the Senate bill.
No bill should be 615 pages. No bill should be 1,000 pages, because the folks can't get that. They're not going to get that. You got to distill it down to 5 pages. All right, and you got to bullet point it out, like I do every night in the Talking Points memo. You guys haven't been able to do it. And now there's deep distrust, as you just said, and you were absolutely right. Deep distrust. And you know what it's all about? It's all about big government intrusion into the lives of Americans. Most Americans don't want that. Only the far left wants that. Even liberal people, not far left, they don't want a big government intrusion. That's what this is, Senator. It's big government.
Well, I don't know that at the end of the day it's going to be big government intrusion.
It has to be.
One of the ironies,
a 600-page bill has to be. There's no other way it cannot be.
One of the ironies of this is, as I go to these town halls where there's a lot of anger, I ask people to raise their hand if they have Medicare. And then I say, well, put your hand down if you want to get rid of Medicare. And people
Nobody wants to get rid of Medicare. They don't want to get rid of it. They like Medicare.
That's a big government intrusion.
Okay.
That's a government-run health program that is massive.
But it's bankrupting the country. It's bankrupting the country. It has to be reformed.
And that's why we've got to work on this bill. I wish, believe me, I am very straightforward. I like it plain and simple. I want to talk like a real person always. I agree that we need to quit writing these bills that are staff-driven and more complex than they need to be. And I hope, as the weeks go on, as we drill down and simplify the concepts that are in this bill for the American people, that we can bring them along. Because I think we can't afford not to take some of the waste
If the bill
out of
is
the programs.
understandable and fair, I think you'll get it done. If it isn't, you won't. Senator, it's a pleasure to have you.
Get it done.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back anytime. Thank you very much for appearing.
Thank you for having me.